Hello YouTubers, Village Marketing Renewable Energies here, and here's my solar setup. So this video is all about using our homemade inverter, this one, very simple circuit, as a power source for our power supply. So this is ATX power supply from a computer. So this is how to get a regulated 12 volt supply and a 5 volt supply from ATX power supply from our homemade inverter. So this is our homemade inverter, and this meter connects to the negative rail of our power from the battery, which is configured in reading the amperage drawn from this inverter consumed by the power supply. And also we have a multi-tester for the voltage. So we have a cell phone sample here in charging, and a internal DVD drive which also be powered from our ATX power supply. So this inverter is what I'm using every day in our lighting. So it is used as an inverter for CFL lights every day, especially during sunny days. So a lot of lights are being used and run by this inverter. So I did not use my commercial inverter since I reserved that one to power my computer whenever the power cuts off from the main line, or if the brownout arrives. So here we go. Let's start the inverter. Okay, let's unplug this first. So the inverter itself here, the power light is on, light blue. It runs the two power MOSFET over here. So they are the MOSFETs there, and a 6 amp transformer over there. Then the output of it, which is the 220 line, will be connected to the female plug over there. So it draws only 160 milliamp of power without load. See, there's no load. So it only consumes 160 milliamp, or 0.16 or 16 amp. 0.16 amp or 160 milliamp. Okay, so now let's plug in the ATX power supply from any computer. So you can use any ATX power supply from any computer. So let's see if this inverter can handle the power consumed with this one. So start, and the fan is now on, indicating that it's running, and the cell phone which I hooked up earlier, let's see if it's charging. So here's the cell phone, indicating that it is charging, since I hooked up the cell phone through the positive of the power supply. So I hook the cell phone on the positive of power supply, so it's now charging. Okay, so you can charge a bunch of cell phone here, since you can see there that it is running and it is charging. Okay, so it consumes about 1 amp. Okay, from our meter, it consumes 1.08 amp. So the inverter is running and it's cool. So transformer is also cool, and the power supply is running. It's charging the cell phone. And let's see if this internal DVD drive can run through our homemade inverter. So let's connect the there you go, and it's on. So there's no fancy over here. It's just a test if this homemade power supply can be used in ATX power supply of computers and can run internal components of computers like this DVD drive, or charge a cell phone like this one. So here we can test the drive. It opens and closes, and it also reads, so that means that it's okay and it's running, and it consumes almost 2 amp. Okay, back to its stable state, 1.7, 1.8, and then 1.7. So its stable state is 1.7 amp drawn from a cell phone which is being charged and a DVD drive. So I'm planning to use this ATX power supply from a computer through this setup to have a regulated 12 volts and 5 volts on my solar setup. So without using any linear regulators, so you can use the ATX, which has a higher amperage rating than a linear regulators, so which is always having a 1 to 1.5 ampere only, unlike this one which has a 20 ampere and a, I think it's a 21 and 36 ampere capability depending on the ATX power supply. So here we go. You can use, okay, let's see if it's still charging. Okay, so let's zoom in, and as you can see, it's still charging the cell phone, and this one still run smoothly. Okay, so here we go. So this is it. So this inverter, homemade inverter that we made, can run ATX power supplies and have a regulated power supply with larger amperage capabilities. So that's all, folks, and thumbs up if you like this video. Leave a comment if you have comments, suggestions, or any questions you want to ask. Subscribe if you're not yet subscribed, and please check my other videos and enjoy. God bless us all.